Okay, good morning. Assalamualaikum. Okay, today I will bring for you the PAD270 tutorial. But before that, I would like to say that the tutorial for this weeks, I have to finish the depolitizations of constitutions. Depolitizations constitutions. Because the last chapters I stopped on the depolitizations. Okay. When you look on the slides, there's a lot of things that you have to know about. You have to know that purposive depolitizations, law to prevent subversive act as well as preventive detentions. Several laws or acts were introduced by the government to restrain racial issues from being misused publicly by political parties instead of threatening the country's political stability due to Malaysia as a multi-ethnic society. Okay, before I will further on it, So we must ask ourselves, okay, what is a purposive depolitizations? The definitions first. The second, why purposive depolitizations are used. The third thing is what the issue that involve purposive depolitizations in Malaysia. Okay, if you look on here, you must understand that, okay, purposive depolitizations is anti-politics. It's anti-politics. Okay, that means that depolitization is the simplest form involves placing the political character of decision making at one removed from the central state. This means decisions that are usually the responsibility of minister are delegated to quasi-public bodies that either advise or implement those political decisions or rules or create constraining ministerial discretions. Clear not? This means decisions that are usually the responsibility of minister are delegated to public quasi bodies that either advise or implement those political decisions or rules or create constraining ministerial discretions. That means that okay, that's the act. The act already been passed by the legislative, but the minister pass this decision making to the public bodies to take actions on the discretions of minister. So this is the definitions. Okay, these are the definitions. Okay, yeah, you must understand that. Okay, why we are purposive why the Malaysia have purposive depolitizations, because you must understand that the institutional structure governments lead to the public apathy. Public apathy, that means that anti-politics, and potentially store oppositions to dominant socio-economic policy despite public discontent. Okay, I'm explain again why we must have purposive depolitizations in Malaysia. Because you must understand, because a way of understanding how the institutional structure governments lead to public apathy. Public apathy means that anti-politics, and potentially store oppositions to dominant social economic policy despite bubbling public discontent. That means that, okay, the government institutions okay, the government institutions create the anti-politics, and this public agency, okay, store oppositions to dominant social economic policy despite public discontent. Maksudnya, okay, apabila berlaku sesuatu isu yang panas yang dikatakan kemungkinan akan berlaku sesuatu kekacauan, okay, jadi institusi kerajaan akan digunakan sebagai anti-politics untuk menangani permasalahan yang tengah berlaku. So inilah kenapa, this is why we have used purposive depolarizations. Bermaksud purposive depolarizations adalah satu cara, okay, ada satu cara ataupun dinamakan is a governance, satu cara urus tabiat lah, governance to handle the situations in public discontent. Jadi purposive depolarization is very important. Okay, purposive depolarization is very important. Okay, and you must understand. Okay, Malaysia is a multi-ethnic society. There's a lot of issue will be play and become the public discontent. So since the 1948, Emergency Regulation Ordinance 1948 retired in 1960 and then was replaced by the ISA, Internal Security Act, and then in 2012, okay, it was replaced by the SOSMA. Okay, so what are the issue in Malaysia that involve purposive depolarizations? Okay, the first one is immigrants, UNHCR. Okay, why? Okay, I say to you why. Okay, if you look on here, okay, why the polarizations it was involved the okay, I will go to this. Okay, the ASEAN Intergovernmental Commissions of Human Rights. Okay, the ASEAN Intergovernmental Commission of Human Rights. You must say that. Human rights on the Suhakam. Okay, the Suhakam will play the role. Okay, the will more play the role in the modern political society in Malaysia. Okay, so because of this human rights, so one of the thing is immigrants like Rohingya. Okay, like Rohingya. Why we are turned away the Rohingya coming from the boats in the middle of the sea. This become the politicians. And then the one is human rights issue is on our regions. Okay, in our regions, especially in Islam, apostatize. That means that murtad. Is it the Malay was given the freedom of choice to choose their religions? The first one. The second, how about change gender, transgender? Is it Malay can change the transgenders? The third one, the equal of the gender. Okay, the equal of gender, like a certain NGO, they want the equal rights of the genders in the certain issue. And then you must think also, like the issue is regarding our social well-being, human rights on social well-being. Okay, human rights on social well-being. Okay, you must understand the equal rights, Malaysians for Malaysia, This one will involve privilege of Bumiputra. Privilege of Bumiputra. Okay, is it we want to give the equal rights between Bumiputra and non-Bumiputra in certain parts? And then you must also understand that, okay? You must understand that, okay? Is it politicizations? Is it politicizations? Okay, can cause our publics more tense? More tense? Because you are looking on, like I said, international I said it's an international international conventions eliminations race discriminations. International conventional eliminations race discriminations. I said, how about that? Okay, the equal rights. Okay, and then another one is the issue of the social website is a drunk driver. Why alcohol was freely sold to the public? How about smoking? How about cigarettes? Okay, how about cigarettes? Let's say that. Okay, let's say is it kirang arak bebas dibuka, tetapi kirang rokok tidak boleh dibuka? This issue was very hot nowadays. And then the issue, let's say that, okay, this issue, the beer factory was freely to open in Malaysia, but the cigarette factory cannot be open. So this involves the policy decision making, the executive decisions. Okay, the executive decisions. Okay, and then another one is governance. Governance means that expressions of power. Okay, expressions of power. That means that is it political executive can involve or taking some decisions on issue of public agency decision making. Maksudnya campur tangan orang politik ke dalam pembuatan keputusan awam. This also the issue, because the expressions of power, we see that mostly in Malaysia, the expressions of power have not freely practiced, because we are still have involved of the politicians in certain parts of the public decision making, like executive and legislative. Okay, executive bodies and legislative body, is it have expression of power in Malaysia? Is it have expression power? No, is it? How about executive bodies and judiciary body? Is it have expression of power? You must ask yourself. Okay, and then you must understand what the principles of purposive depolarizations. Okay, you must understand what are the principles of the depolarizations, purposive depolarizations. What are the tactics, the tools used? So you must ask yourself. So these are our tutorial. I just ask you. You just go and find the answer. Okay, I give you the hints, and then you go and find. Okay. The principles of purposive depolarizations, the tactic used, the tools used. Now you must understand. Okay, purposive depolarizations was used in British politics. That means that Malaysia are not doing itself. Malaysia was take this purposive depolarization from our former colony, from our former colony, that is British already use, okay, British already use a long time ago. So you must know that we are independent from British. Mostly our constitutions is from the British ideas. So you can look on here, okay? You can look on here, okay? A significant issue for scholars interested in British politics, governance, and public policy. You can find it, okay? You can find it. Learn. It's just surface the internet and find it, okay? Because this is most important things. What the principles? What the principles? What are the arena shifting? Is it there is a accountability? Is it there's a accountability in the principles? The tactics, the tools used. Okay, so prophecy depoliticization is the oldest task of politics. The oldest task of politics already used a long time ago. Okay, so you must understand that. Okay, like certain of the scholars that they give the ideas. They give the ideas. Okay, like Mayer selling, like the Ranciers, RANCIERE, Ranciers. Okay, a lot of purposive of their depoliticizations in our constitutions, which are already being used by the British. And then one thing you must understand, there's also proposes depoliticization the civil service. Proposes depoliticization on the civil service because of involving of politicians in policy decision making. See that? Policy decision making. So proper policy decision making. Why related to the constitutions? Because you must understand. Okay, you must understand. You must understand. Legislative pass the policy that will be used in the executive body, and before the legislative pass the public policy, they must enact the act. I say that. Okay, I give to you. Okay, I give you one issue. I explain in Malay. Okay. Kementerian Pengangkutan Jalan Raya, okay, telah mencadangkan kajian ke atas hukuman ke atas pemandu mabuk. Okay. Tetapi kamu kena ingat, hukuman ke atas pemandu mabuk tidak melibatkan kesalahan serius. See that? Sebab Kementerian Pengangkutan hanya membuat kajian dan belum berhantarnya kepada Parlimen untuk dikaji supaya satu dasar yang kemudian hari akan digunakan. Faham? Clear not? That means that the Minister of the Public Transportations, okay, doesn't send the policy to Parliament to enact it. Why? Because the Minister of Public Transport just apply from the Parliament to do some research. So this research we're doing for years. That's why the drunk driver was escaped from the punishments, heavier punishments. So this is also involve the constitutions. So when you're saying about the constitutions, okay, you must understand law to prevent subversive act as well as preventive detentions. Clear or not? Clear or not? Laws to prevent subversive act as well as preventive detentions. Okay, why? Okay, you must understand. Okay. Today we are not against. We don't have the communists, is it? Communists don't have, is it? But certain of the terrorisms, certain of subversive act will make our country in the chaos. Subversive act, you must understand, like the racial issue, like the religion issue, like the royal issue, like social well-being issue that I already told to you. This issue, if I was playing, and then if let's say this issue was playing until the public become tense and become chaos, so the governments will take actions. When the government take actions, that means that purposive depolitizations. Okay. So in your slide, you say that among subversive act is planned to resolve violence that will scare many citizens. Any plan to resolve violence, any plan, Rohingya apa plan semua, okay, and then aggravate the pressure toward the YDPA. This is a royal issue. Spread bad feelings or hostility to the people, berita palsu, fake news, make unlawful change to something illegally established, like the royal issue, racial issue, cause harm to the maintenance or operations of the supply or service to the public. This also say, they say that cause harm to the maintenance or operations of the supply or service to the public. Any service to the public. What the service to the public? Governance, policy decision making. Governance, decision making, like depoliticization, civil service. Causing harm to public order. This one is a drunk driver. Causing harm to public order. So this is the issue among subversive act. So you must think out of the box. Okay, subversive act is not say that terrorism only. The subversive act is so many things that you must think. Okay, and then this subject to item 9A of the concurrent list. You must say that concurrent list. It's not federal list. It's not state list. It's a concurrent list. That means that federal, state, local government involved, including Sabah and Sarawak. See that concurrent list? Prevention and extinguishing of fire, including fire service and fire brigades. Fire, you know fire? Why? Why the fire are involved? Because you must understand. Causing harm to public orders, causing harm to the maintenance or operation of the supply or service to the public. Any causing harm, including fire. If you start the fire, this fire is real fire, It's not the fire to make the man or any person to gaduh tau. This is the real fire. Let's say that you cause the fire in the forest. In the forest, there's also have a village. It's a causing harm to public orders. So you must understand causing harm to fire. So this fire also involved. When people were fighting, they will cause the fire. Okay. And then all matters relating to federal territory, including the matters enumerated in items 2, 3, 4, and 5 of the state list, and the case of the federal territory of Lawan, including the supplement of the state of Sabah and Sarawak. That means that these items of the purposive depolitizations, including federal territory. You understand? We have a federal list, state list, concurrent list. Okay. In Malaysia, federal list is for the federal government. State list is for the state government. Concurrent list is the federal government, state government, and local government involved. But how about federal territory? Federal territory is not including It's not including. But in here, when you say that subversive act, so federal territory involved. So you must understand federal territory involved. Okay. Because of this, so the next one you must understand what is inside of the federalist, what is inside a state list. Now, what is inside the concurrent list? So you are going another topics. Just now is the purposive depolitizations. Now we're going to the list. We have three lists: federal list, state list, concurrent list, and the thing schedule. Kita ada tiga senarai persekutuan, senarai negeri, senarai bersama, dan 13 jadual. Okay. State list is Islamic law, land, agriculture, forestry, local governments, state works, state water, machinery of state government, state holiday, other service of local characters, turtles and rivering, fishing, scholarship for the states, social welfare and service. See that? It's all the state list. Concurrent list is like national parks, drainage, irrigations. Ini melibatkan atas kerajaan tempatan. Okay, Local Government Act 1976. Okay, and then you must understand that local government have a three law. Local government have a three law. Ada tiga undang-undang di dalam kerajaan tempatan. Just you will know it on when you are going to the part 5 PAD 320 local governments. And then cultural sports, water supply service, preservations of heritage, housing, provisions of housing accommodations. This all is a concurrent list. Okay, and then federal list is involved the ministry, army, police, all the ministry. Semua kementerian itu adalah federal list. Kementerian Kewangan, Kementerian Pendidikan, Kementerian Pembangunan Usahawan Wanita, Kementerian semua tu. Okay, everything in the kementerian, everything in ministry is under the federal list. So we have how many ministry? How many ministry? 25, 26, 27, 28, 30, 32. So all the ministry in Malaysia is involved federal list. Okay, and then the next one is the political. Malaysian Constitution was divided into four main dimensions. The political dimensions, governmental dimensions, human rights and national security management dimensions, and financial management dimensions. So there's four dimensions. So what is the political dimensions? What is the governmental dimensions? So you must asking everything: what, why, how, is it? So you must ask yourself. Okay, let's say that we are going under the political dimensions. Okay, political dimensions. Okay, so political dimensions. What is the political dimensions on the Malaysian Constitution? What is the political dimensions? Asking yourself, find your answers. Okay, because we are tutorial, I just give you the questions. You must find the answer for yourself. Okay, and then the federal constitution and state constitutions. Okay, next, the federal constitution and state constitutions. So the federal constitutions, is this same as state constitutions? Okay, you must understand, state constitutions cannot overrule the federal constitutions. Clear now? State constitution cannot overrule the federal constitutions. State constitutions is only used by the states, because the state constitution was made by the State Legislative Assembly or DUN. Okay, so this must understand. The state is only for the state, not for the other states. not for another state. And then you must know that, okay, what's the difference between Menteri Besar and Ketua Menteri? Okay, Menteri Besar is the legacy from the residents. Legacy from residents. Residents was using in the olden days on our British colony, and then being translated into Menteri Besar. Chief Minister is the advisor to the governor in the olden days. Now he become Chief Minister. You know that? In olden days, advisor to the governor, but today the advisor become Chief Minister. Okay, why? You understand, huh? Okay. In Islamic state, Malaysia have a 9 Malay kings. That means that these 9 Malay kings have a certain power that Menteri Besar should consult with the Sultan or Raja. Okay, especially in the Islamic law. Okay, but in the state that doesn't have a Sultan or Raja, Penang, Malacca, Sabah, Sarawak, and Federal Territory. Okay, Federal Territory I will explain later. Okay, I explain these 4 states: Penang, Malacca, Sabah, and Sarawak. Okay, the Chief Minister, okay, doesn't need to consult with the Petua Negeri. Yang di Petua Negeri. You know that? Because yang di Petua Negeri doesn't have any powers. Okay. All the Islamic law in the negeri-negeri that say that Penang, Melaka, Sabah, Sarawak. Okay. Who is responsible for that? Yang di Pertuan Agong. The YTPA is the head of the Islamic religions in Penang, Melaka, Sabah, Sarawak, and Federal Territory. Okay. When you say about Islamic law, okay, Islamic law, is it Chief Minister have the power overrule YTPA? Yes, they cannot overrule the YTPA. They cannot overrule the YTPA, but budi bicara. This thing you must understand. Budi bicara. The Chief Minister have the power of budi bicara when regarding Islamic law. So, what the function of yang di Petua Negeri? Okay, yang di Petua Negeri, the function is on the administration state. Administration state. So, the Chief Minister only consult the yang di Petua Negeri regarding certain aspect of administrations of the state. Administration of the state, you understand? Administration of state, that means that what the issue? Okay, administration state, what the issue that we must consult with yang di Petua Negeri? Okay, let's say that, okay, when there's a dispute between federal government and the state regarding a certain part of the administrations, so yang di Petua Negeri have the power to say yes or no. But always the Chief Minister apa berlaku pada Chief Minister? The Chief Minister always have the right to say or to say or not to take any advice or consult from the Chief Ketua Negeri. Maksudnya, apabila berlaku masalah antara kerajaan persekutuan dan kerajaan negeri dalam aspek pentadbiran negeri, Sepatutnya ia dewan negeri akan dijadikan sebagai satu tempat untuk konsult. Tetapi ketua menteri boleh atau tidak mendapat nasihat ataupun tidak mau mendengar pandangan ataupun mengambil tindakan tanpa terlebih dahulu merujuk kepada ketua negeri. Okay, why I'm saying this? Okay, let's say that penambakan laut di Pulau Pinang. This issue. Okay, this issue, why I say that? Because you must see that penambakan laut di Pulau Pinang. That means that the Penang have a strait of a Penang, selat negeri Pulau Pinang yang memisahkan Pulau Pinang dengan Sabah Perai. Tetapi laut itu telah ditambak sehingga mengganggu kehidupan ikan dan juga menjejaskan pendapatan nelayan, bukan sahaja di Pulau Pinang tapi di Perak dan di Kedah. Sepatutnya dari segi aspek pentadbiran ini, Kerajaan Persekutuan boleh mempersoalkan. Bila kerajaan mempersoalkan, yang Dewan Negeri ada hak untuk berkata, kerajaan negeri kau kena berhenti buat kerja-kerja ni. Tetapi what happen is the Chief Minister have the kuasa budi bicara. So you understand that? So the Chief Minister in this text, Penang, Melaka, Sabah, Sarawak is more powerful than the Ketua Negeri. The Chief Minister have the certain powers over the Ketua Negeri. But in Malay text, in Malay have a Sultan and Raja, Menteri Besar cannot overrule the Sultan. Clear not? There's a difference between Menteri Besar and Chief Minister. Okay? Sebab tu kamu kena faham, di Sabah Sarawak, kalau orang Islam nak murtad boleh dibenarkan dengan bersyarat. Bersyaratnya Ketua Menteri setuju, bersyaratnya semua pihak setuju. Tapi YDPA tak boleh campur tangan di Sabah Sarawak. Okay, clear tak? Okay, so this is why we call it the creation of a state level constitution monarchy, as the ruler is required to act on the advice of executive council on almost all matters under the state constitution and law. The states which have a monarchy. The state without monarchy, we call it Chief Minister, is overrule the Ketua Negeri. Okay. And then the holding of the state generations. Okay, the holding of state generations in Malaysia except Sarawak, who is under the federal government. Okay. And then already to next one, already to you, the source of law in Malaysia. We have a constitutions, federal or state constitutions, the statute, act, enactment, ordinance, the subsidiary respective regulations, the judicial decisions, Islamic law, customary law, English common law, and equity rule, civil law act. So in Malaysia, we have a civil law and criminal law. Civil law, criminal law. And the state have a Islamic law. Okay. So the next one, federalisms. Federalisms, I will explain in next day. Okay, because federalism also is a very wide topic. Federalisms, okay. And then federalism is a very wide topic. It's the most important. You go and read first. Okay. So I already finished the second part. So the next day is the federalism. Federalism is the last part of the Malaysia constitutions. Okay. So tutorials I will give you the questions. You must find it. You must answer it. Okay. Certain parts I explain for you. This tutorial, because I cannot give you homeworks, because I give you homeworks and then you are not doing well, you are not understand. That's also a problem for me, because Malaysian politics is very difficult. You must read the basic one. Okay, the basic knowledge you must know before I can ask you a more further questions. So I'm asking you the very easy question: what, why, how.